Hey there everybody, welcome back to the 4-String Strum of the channel. It's all about ukuleles. Today we're going to be taking a look at an oldie goldie called the 59th Street Bridge Song, otherwise known as Feelin Groovy. And we're going to play it with 2.5 chords and in 2 different keys. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so the 2.5 chord thing, let's talk about that. First of all, we're going to start off with our C chord, just here. And then we're going to go to our G chord. Okay, so that's 2 chords. So it goes like this. Slow down, G. Go C to G. Slow down. And then this is a free chord, okay? So you don't even have to do anything with your fingers. All you got to do is strum. So you're only doing half the work, just one hand. So I'm calling this a half a chord. So it's just open, and that's A minor 7, all right? So again, slow down, you move back to G. See how that worked? And then you go back to C. You got a G, make the morning G, laugh, just C. Kick and G, A minor 7, G, C. Do, 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 feeling groovy. All right, now let's take a look at the strumming on this one. All right, for the strumming on this one is perfect for our paintbrush strum and or our sledgehammer strum. So if you folks know paintbrush and sledgehammer, feel free to move along on the timestamp and you'll be good to go. All right, so for paintbrush, what we do here is we just hit that top string with our thumb, and then we brush it with our fingers, all the strings. So it's top string, G string, and then you brush it with your finger, just like that. Okay, you can play the whole song just with that one strum. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, just like that. Now the other thing you can do is you can add your thumb coming back up to make a sledgehammer strum. So for sledgehammer, basically the same thing. Hit it with your thumb, brush it with your finger, but then you come back up. So I call it sledgehammer. Sledgehammer. Okay, so it's a 3-part strum. Hit it with your thumb, brush all the strings, and then you hit the first string with your thumb as you come back up. Just like that. Now you might want to mix them up as we do. So sometimes you might want to do sledgehammer and sometimes you might want to do a paintbrush strum just to add a little bit of variety. Okay, so it doesn't sound like it's the same all the way through. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. So wherever you want to throw that sledgehammer in, knock yourself out. All right, now let's talk about how we remember this chord progression. It's something we're going to do a little bit differently today. All right, let's look at that. All right, so for this one, the chord changes are pretty quick. Now, there's only 3 chords, like I said, 2.5 really, right? So how are we going to do this? Because if you got to follow along and watch every word on the song sheet, etc., it's almost more confusing than it's worth with this few number of chords. So what you need to do is get those chords into your mind. Again, it's really just the 2 that you have to do anything with, and the third one, you're just taking your hand off. So what I want you to do is to kind of visualize this. And I do this. This sounds crazy, but I see this in my mind as a picture. And I look at it almost like an L, okay? So if this is L, if this is the L, then I start here with my C chord, then I move to the base of the L, boop, over to my G chord, then I come up, okay, for the stick that goes up on the L. Now, I can't go anywhere else because it ends at the top of the L. I have to come back down again to the G, and then the only way I've already been up here, so I'm going to go this way this time. So then I go back to the bass at the far end of the L. Then I go back again, then I lift, then I come down, then I go back. So think about it in your mind like an L. You always return back to the G, to the center point, okay? So let's just try this through. We're not going to necessarily go through the whole song or anything, but I just want to work this chord progression here without having to follow it word by word and trying to see where the changes come over the words, okay? So here we go. See the little L in your mind. It tells you where to go, doesn't it? La 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 la, feeling groovy. All right, now what I want to do is let's just try a verse. We're going to sing it through, and I want you to just play it through and continue to just see that little L shape in your brain and not worry quite so much about the words at this point. I'll do the singing, and if you want to sing along, obviously go ahead. But if you don't, if you just want to work on that chord progression, that's a good exercise. So here we go. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. La da 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 la la, feeling groovy. All right, now some of you might be saying, that's great, but it's a little bit low for me to sing there. So let's talk about a chord change. So how could we change the chords? How could we change the key, rather, to make it easier to sing? Let's take a look at that now. All right, so if we were playing this in C, I like to start there because it's nice. It's two simple chords that everybody knows those two chords. And if you're just working on getting your chord change speed going, that's a great one to go with. Now, if you think about your chords this way, so let's say we were going to play this starting with the C, and we wanted it to be a little bit higher. So let's say we were going to start with D. So we're going from C up to D. So the next chord that we would play if we started in C, with the C chord, is our G chord. So if we went from C to D, we have to go the same amount up on the next chord. So we're going to go from G to A. All right, so now we've started with D, and then we're going to go to A. Now, if we want to go, the next chord, this open one, is called A minor 7 or C6. It's the same thing. Don't ask me why, but it's two different chords. A minor 7. So when you look at that, as I mentioned before, it's kind of a free chord, right? The ukulele is basically doing a bar chord for you, if you think about it that way, right? It's just doing the bar right here for you, all right? So if that's A minor 7th, then this must be A sharp minor 7th, something like that. This is going to be B minor 7, okay? So all we have to do now is we're going to start off with the D, C to D, G to A minor 7 to B minor 7. See how it works? You just move it up the same amount. Now, I can hear you, right? Oh my God, it's a bar chord. Don't worry about it. This is a good one because you don't have to do anything with any other fingers, nothing like that. It's just a straight bar across. And the other cool thing with this bar chord is that you can double up on it, right? Because you don't have to do anything else with these fingers. You can use this second finger on top of your first finger. Give yourself a little bit of extra squish factor there. Get your thumb in behind, all right? Give it a good squeeze, and then you go back to your A. All right, So let me just play this through now and listen to the way that this set of chords sounds a little bit different than the first set that we did. So if you listen on that D, I'm able to kind of delay it a little bit. I do like a little hammer-on thing. So it's not always about your singing voice when you talk about what key you want to play a song in. Sometimes the chord shapes themselves will add to the sound of the song. It allows you to do different types of embellishments. Okay, so when we play this in C, you see this is a very open chord. Everything rings. So it's nice from that standpoint, but it doesn't really give you a lot of options to do any kind of a hammer on or any kind of little bends or anything, right? So playing this in D might be a good way to go if you're comfortable with all of these chords. All right, so listen again and you'll hear what I do. Hello lamppost, what you knowin'? I kinda watch the flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do-do-do-do-do, feelin' groovy. Hear the difference? La-da-da-da-da-da-da, feelin' groovy. All right, so those are the kinds of things that you can work out for yourself. What works best for you? Sometimes it's just a singing thing, but sometimes it's what you want to do with your left hand as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to play the song through. We're going to play it through twice because it's a short song. We're going to play it through with the C chord formation, and then we're going to play it through with the D chord formation. Let's give it a try. All right, let's have a quick look at today's ukulele. This is the Hawaiian Koa concert from our friends at Anui Nui. Just beautiful slotted headstock, beautiful open geared tuners, all chrome. Look at that. Rosewood fretboard and bridge, abalone. Hardwood binding, and purfling all around on the top. Side position dot markers there. Simply gorgeous. These are available in, I have them in the concert as well as the tenor. I'll put a link down below and you can check out all the specs on it. All right, so we're going to start off playing this with the C chord, first of all. Now, if you want to, you can add a little double strum in there if you want to jazz up your strumming a bit more. Now, double strum is basically just down, up, down, up. Okay, so if you think about your sledgehammer strum as an example, so that's just down, down, up, right? Down, down, up. Down, down, up. Now all we're doing is we're adding an extra flick up. So it's down, up, down, up. Instead of down, down, up, it's down, up, down, up. All right? So you throw one of those strums in every once in a while. I'll put a link to show you more in depth on double strum. But just feel free to drop a double strum in there every once in a while, and it'll help to add a little bit more to the sound of your strumming. Okay, so here we go. Slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. La 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 la, feeling groovy. Hello lamppost, what you knowin'? I come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do 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 do, feeling groovy. da 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 da, feeling groovy. I got no dates to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy and ready for sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy. La da 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 da, feeling groovy. Okay, fun, right? All right, let's try it now, starting with the D chord this time. So again, it's D. We're going to go to A. We're going to go up to our B minor 7th. Don't forget, double up on your fingers. You can use that double strum here if you want to as well. And for this one, for that little diagram in your brain, what I do is I think about this one similarly, but I think about it almost like a V. So I'm starting here, and I'm going to my A, and then I'm going to my B minor 7. So I think about it almost like a V, like that. And then it goes back, and then it comes up, and then it goes back, and then it goes down, comes back, and then it goes up. All right, let's try it out. Slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello lamppost, what you knowin'? I come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do-do-do-do-do, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. I got no days to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy and ready for sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. All right, folks, a fun 2.5 chord song in 2 different keys. What more can you ask for, right? Till we see you next time, folks, don't forget to subscribe, visit us at our web shop, and keep smiling, keep strumming, and have fun. Maybe with one of these videos right over here. All right, bye for now.